Hello and welcome to my math companion. In this video, I will be examining a third example involving quadratic equations and completing the square. So let's begin. This problem tells us to solve 3x squared plus 7x plus 9 is equal to 7 by completing the square. And as in any quadratic equations problem, we must first write our equation in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And we will do this by moving this 7 to the left hand side of the equation by subtracting 7 from both sides. And this will give us 3x squared plus 7x plus 2 is equal to 0. And here a will be 3, b is 7, and c is 2. So the next step is to take our constant term of 2 to the right hand side of the equation by subtracting 2 from both sides. And this is an extremely important step in completing the square. If you're not sure of the logic behind this step, do watch the first video that I have done on completing the square, in which I have clearly explained the logic behind the step. So now what we want to do on the left hand side of the equation is to have a binomial squared, and that binomial will be of the form x plus d, and d here is a constant that we must find out. So when we expand this binomial, we will get x squared plus 2dx plus d squared, and we must make sure that all the x squared terms in this expansion are equal to the x squared terms in our equation. Similarly, the x terms in the expansion must be equal to the x terms in our equation, and using that we will find the value of d and thus the value of d squared. So first we will take a look at our x squared terms. And we see that in the binomial expansion, the coefficient of x squared is 1. So, and in our equation, the coefficient of x squared is 3. So we must bring it to 1. And in order to do that, we will divide both sides of the equation by 3, which also means dividing the entire equation by 3. And we will see that our new equation is x squared plus 7 by 3x is equal to negative 2 by 3. And this is because 7 and 2 are not multiples of 3. That's why we have the fractions. Now we will look at our x terms, and we see that in the binomial expansion there is only one x term, which is 2dx, and in our equation there's only one x term, which is 7x. Now do not think that x squared is an x term. X squared and x are not like terms. They are in fact considered different variables. So now we must equate 2dx to 7 by 3x, and we will divide x on both sides of the equation, and that will give us 7 by 3 equal to 2d. And now solving for d, we must divide by 2 on both sides to get 7 by 6 is equal to d. Now that we have a value of d, we will plug in this value into our original binomial, which was x plus d, the whole squared. And by doing that, we will expand our binomial again, and we'll find that it is x squared plus 7 by 3x plus 49 by 36. So if you were to do these calculations, you would get this final equation. And now we have our binomial that was to be squared, and that was x plus 7 by 6 the whole squared, which gave us this equation, this expression rather. And our original equation was x squared plus 7 by 3x is equal to negative 2 by 3. And now we must just add this 49 by 36 to the left hand side of the equation in order to get this binomial term squared. But remember, when we add it to one side of the equation, we must also add it to the other side of the equation. So thus we will add 49 by 36 to both sides of our equation. So when we do that, we will find that our equation now becomes x squared plus 7 by 3x plus 49 by 36 is equal to negative 2 by 3 plus 49 by 36. Now we already know that x squared plus 7 by 3x plus 49 by 36 is a perfect square of x plus 7 upon 6. So we will write x plus 7 upon 6 the whole square on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, it is a simple addition of fractions or subtraction of fractions, depending on how you look at it. for the negative 2 by 3, we will simply multiply by 12 on the numerator and denominator to get 36 as our denominator, and that will give us negative 24 by 36 plus 49 by 36, and that evaluates to 25 by 36 on the right hand side. And now we must isolate the variable x. We see that x plus 7 by 6 is getting squared, and the opposite of squaring is taking the square root. So we will take the square root on both sides, and we will see that x plus 7 by 6 is equal to plus or minus the square root of 25 by 36, and the square root of 25 by 36 is equal to 5 by 6. So x plus 7 by 6 is equal to plus or minus 5 by 6. And first we will take the positive value, which is 5 by 6, and we will evaluate x. And now we see that 7 by 6 and x are on the same side of the equation, so we must take 7 by 6 to the other side by subtracting 7 by 6 on both sides. And by doing this, we will get x to be negative 2 by 6, which simplifies to negative 1 by 3. And that is negative, this is a negative sign, yeah, this is negative 0.3 recurring. And now we will take the negative value, which is negative 5 by 6 on the right hand side. And again, we need to take the 7 by 6 to the right hand side of the equation, and we'll do that by subtracting it on both sides. And now we will get x to be negative 12 by 6, which evaluates to negative 2. And therefore, our two values of x are negative 1 by 3 and negative 2. And that is how you solve a quadratic equation by completing the square. Do join us in our next video. Goodbye for now.